Yo, it's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and I'll be breaking down Tom Aspinall versus Sergey Spivak. Super late, on my opinion. For me, I had made a video for Tom Aspinall versus Plavovich, or Sergey. I'll just call him Sergey. And that was ready to go, and then I find out fucking minutes after I release my full card predictions for the card. That's why you will see Sergey versus Aspinall. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I guess they're both named, huh? Sergey, both Spivak and whatever his last name is. But yeah, besides that, I mean, really good on Spivak for taking the fight on super short notice. I think, man, could I see him doing it? Yeah, I can really see Spivak winning. I mean, short notice opponent. We've seen it happen multiple times, but I'm a big believer in Tom Aspinall's how can I say his abilities. I would say that. But I mean, this is probably a good dog pick. But Spivak is a good fighter, so I don't know what the odds would be, but it's a completely different stylistic matchup for Tom Aspinall that he was probably getting ready for. I think he was probably going to be the wrestler against Plavovich or whatever whatever that guy's name is, and now he's probably gonna have to be the anti-wrestler and kind of outbox Spivak. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. But Aspinall, I mean, he's a good fighter. I mean, good boxing, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. I mean, good everywhere in terms of the fight game. And I mean, he hasn't proven a lot, but I mean, you hear the things about the kid. He looks like the next champ, right? That's how everyone's talking about him. Reminds me of I don't know. He's in terms of skill set, he reminds me a lot of Stipe, but almost in a jiu-jitsu way. Cause like Stipe had good wrestling and good boxing, right? We're all just talking about backgrounds, right? Stipe, collegiate wrestler, Division I. Golden Gloves boxing champ, right? Obviously, he is a jiu-jitsu black belt, but he's more of a wrestler. He's not looking for those submissions. Like, I don't know how many submissions Stipe has, but I don't think I've ever seen him submit anybody. But I think Tom is in his own way kind of resembles that. I don't want to, guys. I'm not comparing him to Stipe right now. Just don't trip on me. But I know so many people gonna be mad. But he has to prove it though. He has to prove the hype. And we're gonna see. He's silently been beating good people. So, Arlovsky is probably the only good guy he's beaten, but he's done good. I've been impressed. But yeah, let's talk about the stats, man. In terms of the rankings, where do these guys rank in the heavyweight division? Let me see. Let's look. All right, Aspinall 13, Spivak 14. So all right, good. I mean, it's a good fight for Spivak. He gets to go up in the rankings if he gets the W. But yeah, in terms of the records, Tom comes with a record of 10-2. He's fighting out of England, age 28, height 6'5", and it reaches 78. Spivak 13-2, fights out of Moldova, age 26, so he's a younger guy. Height is 6'3", so he is shorter, but he has the exact same reach in 78. So I think the last guy Tom was going to fight, he had a really long reach, and that was going to be somewhat of a challenge for Tom. I don't know if it's a good thing if he's going to fight someone with the exact same reach. So it's just, you don't know how he was training for his training camp, and just the week out, let's say he had 6 weeks, right? Out of that was 5. You get only, less than, 5 days maybe, or until when did he find out? Let's say Sunday, right? Let's say Sunday. He gets, depends, like 5 days and a half. Prepare. Prepare for somebody. Spivak. It's gonna be hard. But we're gonna see what he's able to do. It's gonna be interesting, to say the least. And I think this is gonna be a good fight. I really do. But in terms of notable wins for Spivak, man, I mean, he's accomplished a lot. Like, he's a good fighter. I picked him in his last 2 fights. He beat Jared Vandera, and he beat Alexei Oleinik. Carlos Felipe, I think that might have been before my channel. I don't know. That was what? I think that was the fight night for Whitaker and No, that was okay. So I did pick him. So I guess three fights of his. So I picked him all right. Correct. So but yeah, he has lost to Marcin Tybura, lost to Walt Harris, which isn't the best thing in the world because you look at where Walt is right now. But it is what it is. Has that win over Taito Avasa, which is aged pretty decently. Choked him out too, finished him, got him out of there, which was impressive. But obviously, I would say the Oleinik win is probably his best win. Oleinik, probably the highest he ever got to was an 8 or 6 in the rankings. Legit guy, has beaten some decent guys of himself. Beat Verdum, probably his best win. But I mean, he did that sprawl and brawl. Basically, I call it sprawl and box at this point because I don't think they're brawling. So he was able to win that. It was I ain't gonna lie. If you watch the stream when I was reacting to the fight, I was kind of roasting both of them. It wasn't the greatest fight in the world, but he did what he had to do. He followed a good game plan, and he did what he did. Tom Aspinall. If we look at Tom, I mean Andre Arlovsky, Alan Badeau, and Jake Collier, I think his only wins in the UFC. The guy hasn't lost a lot. He lost basically. He only has, in my humble opinion, one loss, but he lost to Zalek Probik via 12-6 elbow. Probably was dominating that fight, and then he lost to Stuart Austin via heel hook. So it was a good victory by Stuart. He was new in the game. He was 3-0 fighting an 8-2 kid. So I mean, that's not bad. It's eventually gonna happen, right, in your career. But yeah, I mean, in this matchup, I think keys to victory for Spivak is having nothing to lose. He has absolutely nothing to lose in this matchup, and he just go out there and fight. Look for the takedowns. Put pressure on this kid. We haven't seen a lot of this kid's game really in the UFC. He might have only went like how many rounds? A combined at least 4, I think. I think Collier and Badeau got finished in the first, and I think Arlovsky made it to the second. But even like the second, it wasn't even a full round. He took him down and submitted his ass quick. Obviously, it was a foot injury, but I mean, yeah. So put the pressure on him. Sergey's been there. He's been to decision. Put the pressure on him. Try to expose his gas tank. Be the fresher, hungrier guy, and you have nothing to lose. Spivak, like he can, if he loses this, it was short notice, right? Just go for it. That's all in terms of words of encouragement. That's all I can say. But for Tom Aspinall, he has the better hands. I would think in his head, he probably thinks he's the better grappler. We're going to see who's the better grappler, but he doesn't have to necessarily be the better grappler all around. He just has to have better takedown defense than Spivak's takedown offense, right? So that's what he really has to, do in there. And I think he can win the fight. I think it goes to decision. Spivak, I don't think Tom has that knockout power. Collier, he got him. I give him that, but I don't think he has that knockout power. Obviously, he is a heavyweight, and anything, you get hit by a heavyweight, you're going to go down. But I think this goes to decision, or I could see maybe a late finish just due to over usage of takedowns by Spivak and just getting depleted and tired. But it's a 3-round fight. I think Spivak might take the first round just based on Tom's gonna have to use 5 minutes to figure this guy out, and then kind of go for it. But I could really see Spivak winning this. I wouldn't be surprised. Just with the short notice nonsense I've been seeing, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going Tom Aspinall by decision. That's where I'm leaning towards. I think he'll get it done by decision. And yeah, he just will be the better, crisper kind of boxer, and will be legit in the grappling realm. He is a jiu-jitsu black belt, so I think he'll be good. I think he should win this. He should win this, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You never know with the fight game, but I guess I got Aspinall by decision. But go follow me on my Twitter. Go follow me on my Instagram. This is the end of the video, obviously. If you're new, subscribe, like, comment, share the video. Yeah, let's get this eBay fight prediction nation growing. Love y'all and goodbye.